Abandoned mines or ancient caves after centuries turn into the nest of the damned. From the appearance of demons, spirits, paranormal to supernatural entities. This video is all about the encounters that were made in the forbidden caves that explorers were warned not to enter. Having to encounter paranormal activity in some isolated or abandoned cave isn't as terrifying as this cave demon. Two paranormal investigators decided to explore an old sealed cave after hearing rumors about it being one of the most haunted caves. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Creature in cave. Some trips don't go as planned. This man went camping inside a cave, hoping for peace, but strange sounds from the shadows pulled him deeper. He followed the noise, removed a small rock, and there it was. A dark, unknown creature stared back from a hole in the wall. Its face was still, then suddenly moved away as the man pointed toward it. Just like that, it was gone. Whether it lives there or just hides from the world, no one knows. Demon hole. A group of Saudi treasure hunters were exploring an ancient cave that was said to have been sealed centuries ago until its recent discovery. They had a very close call with some terrifying figure that they referred to as a demon in a physical form that appeared, and the group overpowered it using a large piece of rock slab after a struggle. They even used the sand to toss into the eyes of the demon as a desperate attempt. To be sure it stays in the cave, treasure hunters dropped dirt and pebbles to keep it pinned under. Portal to hell. Go! Tribesmen in an undisclosed location in Pakistan shared this clip showing a terrifying moment they came across. Loud howls could be heard from underground of the ruins of ancient structures in the middle of the night. One of the locals decided to dig and investigate until the digger suddenly stopped and abandoned the idea, saying that something had grabbed over his arm, resulting in severe pain. From the howls to spraining of arms, it almost seems as if these tribesmen found a portal to hell. Grave danger. If you ever doubted the presence of spiritual beings in graveyards, this clip will prove you otherwise. A social media vlogger was making a video for his channel to experiment if there was any paranormal activity or presence in his local graveyard around midnight. He decided to lay down in one of the empty graves where within minutes his shirt suddenly got pulled, as if he was grabbed by someone as a warning to leave the area immediately. In panic, the vlogger quickly got up and left. Luckily, he had placed the camera in perfect angle and was able to have the entire spectacle captured on the camera. Sleeping giant. Regardless if this is a terrifying animal or a beast, what's clear is that disturbing this sleeping giant would be a big mistake. This giant was discovered by construction workers in Japan who, while digging in search of water, managed to find it accidentally. Despite seeming to be conscious, it still remained inactive and showed no reaction despite being seen or compromised. Initially, the workers thought of it being some stuck animal, but at the same time, it seemed to be a bad idea as well. Possessed witch surveilling. The idea of encountering a witch is unsettling enough, but one seemingly possessed by a spirit is another matter entirely. An explorer who soon after returning from a cave exploration trip somewhere in the forest of Montana, this pale, ghost-like figure suddenly started appearing just a short distance in front of him. He described it as a witch, completely white from head to toe, including its hair and clothing, with the only exception being the dark, shadowy patches around its eyes. The explorer insisted it was under the control of some spirit. Strangely, he felt no fear or shock in the moment, just a strange calm paired with a cautious awareness, as if some instinct kept him from reacting rashly. Spying garage alien. Stalkers can take on many forms, and the same can be said for this extraterrestrial being. As a man was clearing out the garage of his old family home, he felt a presence watching him through a small hole in the wall. When he turned to investigate, only to spot an unknown entity motionless yet fixated on him. Just as suddenly as it appeared, it vanished. At first, the man assumed it might be a cat, but a closer examination revealed a lack of typical feline body language and no signs of the instinctual fight-or-flight response. Cave encounter.
Okay, Owen. Oh, okay.
Late-night cave exploration took a chilling turn when the adventurer's flashlight caught movement on the ground. Something was slithering toward him, its muddy skin blending with the cave floor. It had glowing eyes and two small horns on its head, and it moved like it knew exactly where he was. The man froze for a second before shouting in fear and then quickly bolted out of the cave. The creature didn't follow, but the video still captured that terrifying moment. Whatever it was, it didn't seem like anything natural that should have been crawling in that cave.
Run.
Frozen people. Back in 2023, an explorer ventured into a cave known for old rumors. People spoke of secrets buried inside. As he walked deeper, he found something that left him frozen. Two figures stood there, covered in dust. One was sitting on a stone chair, holding a stick like a staff. The other stood beside him, with its lower legs halfway sunken into the ground. At first, they looked like statues, but the details were too real. Their expressions, their clothes, even the way they were posed. It felt like someone had turned real people into stone. Nearby, he also found relics on a shelf, untouched by time. Lagoon's face. As the camera moved through the cold, still water of an old lagoon, something strange started to appear. An eerie face. Was it a trick of the light? A shape in the stone? Or something watching from the deep? The face had eyes that seemed too real, like they once belonged to someone. This looked like it might be the spirit of a siren, one of those sea beings known for drawing people in. The legends say if you lock eyes with one, it's hard to turn away. Maybe that's why this lagoon has always felt different. Hidden terror. Out in the fields, a farmer was walking through tall grass when something caught his attention. Using a stick, he pushed the grass aside and found a deep, round hole. Curious, he poked the stick inside, and then it moved. A large creature was down there, with two glowing eyes staring back. It shifted slightly, but the full shape wasn't clear. The video cut off before anything else could be seen. Some say it looked like a turtle. Others believe something else is living down there, hidden in the dark. Breathing ground. This one's both weird and a bit unsettling. A video that's been circling online shows a patch of ground that looks like it's breathing. There's a hole in the center, and the sand inside it keeps rising and falling, like something's alive under there. A man even walked past it like it was nothing. Maybe he's used to seeing this, or maybe he knew exactly what it was and didn't want to get involved. Whatever the reason, the ground isn't supposed to move like that. Rabbit hole fossil. While digging down a well in search of water, the digger didn't find any water at over a dozen-meter depth, but did uncover a very ancient fossil. He found a giant head of what is believed to be of a baby dragon that looked to be quite well preserved. Considering that the existence of dragons was about hundreds of thousands of years ago, finding the preserved remains of one was a total jackpot. The video was shared on Instagram in May 2024, and since not much is known or was shared about the incident by the recorder, no one knows more details about the discovery. Paranormal Down Under. Not always can you expect to make pleasant discoveries in caves, secluded or not. A cave explorer had a close encounter with a quite terrifying entity that appeared suddenly with the sole intention of blocking his way. He had dug himself a tunnel into an ancient cave sealed for hundreds, if not thousands of years, where in the midst of passing through the cave, had this encounter. From the looks of it, it looks nothing like an actual being or a paranormal entity, rather a combination of them both.
Hey! Hey, tú! Tú! Hey!
Strange entity. While passing by a brick wall, a villager came across something he couldn't make sense of. It stood still, small in size, with long black hair falling over the sides of its face. It looked human, but its movements weren't. Its eyes didn't blink, and its tongue kept sliding in and out. The most disturbing part was its mouth, wide open like it was frozen mid-scream, with its tongue moving. The man didn't wait to understand what it was. He turned around and ran. Whatever that thing was, it didn't chase him, but it also didn't move from where it stood. Unknown creature. Among tree trunks in the woods, something odd was caught on camera. A creature with glowing eyes, a bird-like shape but with rodent features. Its legs were shaped like a bat's, and it had a black and white pattern all over. It didn't fly, didn't run, it just stayed there behind the trees as if it was watching. Maybe it was hiding, or maybe someone placed it there. Either way, it didn't move like an animal should. Just one look at it and you can feel it doesn't belong here. This looked like a hybrid creature that finally came into view. Run in with hillbillies. In the dead of the night, a gang of grave robbers somewhere in a desert region in Rajasthan, India came across a group of hillbillies by the ruins of an ancient village. The gang, using a tractor, were hoping to bulldoze down the ruins in search of valuables until they turned around and fled in panic when several unknown figures appeared out of the blue, leaving them terrified. Some referred to the hillbillies to be skinwalkers, and others called them to be spiritual entities. Whatever it was surely sent the robbers running and abandoned the vehicle that got stuck in loose sand. Forbidden Wall. Another crew of workers found a possible wall of hell with the damned on the other side. Chinese construction workers, while digging out dirt down a tunnel, came across a wall from where they started to hear several loud howls of unknown entity. While some of the workers thought it might be that a group of people could be stuck, while others were convinced that some actually scary entities were the source of the sound and were purposely sealed behind the wall. As the footage got traction, many believed latter to be the case. Tunnel conspiracy. Normally you'd find a tunnel or cave carved either into the ground or rocky hill. This one, however, is not the case. Two adventurers, while on tour around the world, discovered this hidden tunnel structure under nature. It was engineered almost perfectly that it looked almost like a basement under nature that no one would have ever suspected or discovered. Who made it or belong is just as unclear as why it could have been made. It was only discovered by accident. The location of this tunnel has been kept a secret, especially since the extent of the tunnel is unknown. Eternal flame. From what caused the fire to how it has sustained till now is a mystery that remains unsolved. An unnamed source shared this video showing intense flame that could be seen lit from a tiny opening down a cave pocket. Considering the size of the cave opening and the intensity of the flame, it is unfathomable how it's still lit with lack of oxygen supply ever since forever. Perhaps this could be some leakage of natural gas that caught fire and has been burning with some form of oxidizing agent. Forbidden Fortress Cave. Most mountains and high-rise rocky plateaus remained untouched for an average person until the advent of drone technology. A drone pilot, out of curiosity, decided to fly his drone over the hidden high-up areas in the mountains in the Shanxi province of China. According to a local expert, it is a melted and buried fortress from the past. Very few know of this fortress, and even fewer have been permitted to see it in person. This begs the question as to what mysteries could still lay hidden in this massive fortress. Unsealed ancient cave. A worker who was digging the ground to make himself a private cave unknowingly opened up what looks to be an ancient cave. It included some very strange natured objects, several of them with bugs all around them. The recorder attempted to inspect one of them in his hand, but it looked to be of nature that was not explainable nor be described. Cave portal malfunction. Among all the scary or terrifying things that you might expect to find in the cave, a malfunctioning portal couldn't be one of them. A worker shared this footage from a tunnel network that was under construction, showing unpredictable opening and shutting of portal brackets. The source shared that these sudden developments were as loud and intimidating as the roar of a lion, and fear for his life as to what might have happened. Portal Cave. While exploring a remote area in eastern Nevada, a man discovered a cave that was long spoken of in Goshet tradition for ages. According to local stories, this cave is believed to be a gateway to another world, one filled with lush, green fields and unfamiliar animals not found on our own. The entrance isn't always accessible, and it's said that access to this realm opens only at rare, unpredictable times. What struck me most was the tale of the strange people said to inhabit this hidden world. The stories warn that any outsider who dares to enter risks the possibility of being lost. Though the cave appears quiet now, the weight of those warnings lingers. Zombie or possessed? An anonymous source shared this video clip on Instagram showing a zombified or possessed person. The recorder shared that he had this weird entity appear shortly after he returned after returning from a hiking trail. Obviously for safety reasons, he maintained distance as kept coming closer with a terrifying growling. It could also be that this person or entity may be an extreme case of rabies. However no one knows, feel free to share your opinion down in the comments. Goblin's Den. When it comes to caves, its architects aren't always necessarily humans. A hunter in British Columbia, Canada was out looking for a large prize, but instead found this. A tiny dwarf being that is now being referred to as a goblin that was returning to its cave den carved into a rock in a blind spot of the vegetation. Despite its size being much smaller than the hunter, he still decided not to confront it in any way, rather decided to film it, investigate the moment, and try to find answers later. Another cave portal? This hiker was just passing through a rocky mountain trail when something strange caught his eye. There, carved into a massive rock, was a perfectly shaped doorway with glowing lights moving along inside it. The lights weren't just glowing, they moved in patterns, as if the entrance was alive or guarded by some invisible force. It looked like one of those magical doorways from fantasy movies, except this was real, right in front of him. Some say it could be a hidden passage to another world. Others believe it might be a portal used by extraterrestrial beings quietly operating away from human eyes. Unknown sighting. A strange video surfaced from Thailand showing a half-human, half-elephant figure stepping out from behind a wall. A woman who was outside her home spotted it first. Its large figure was hiding, peeking carefully before stepping into view, almost like it was making sure no one was watching. But this time, it got caught on camera. The creature resembles ancient depictions of mythological beings, especially the Hindu deity Ganesha, known for his elephant head and human body. Though Ganesha is a revered and positive figure, what appeared in that footage left many wondering if this was something else entirely, maybe a modern-day glimpse into old legends. Desert mystery. In the middle of a desert, a lone nomad came across something he never expected. Right there in the sand was a wide hole, and it wasn't just empty. Flames were rising from it, flickering up and then pulling back down like they were doing some show. The sand in the hole wasn't still either. It moved, like it was being pulled into the heat. The sight was silent but intense, like the ground itself was breathing fire. No one knows what caused it. Was something trapped like deep below, or is this just one of nature's strange and unexplained warnings? Buried but breathing. Hidden deep inside a forest, a team of archaeologists stumbled upon something unexpected. As they dug through the soft mud, they uncovered dozens, no, hundreds of motionless turtles. At first, they looked like ancient fossils, completely still and sunken. But the moment a man gently touched one, it twitched. Then another moved slightly. Turns out they were alive, trapped just beneath the surface, unable to free themselves. No one knows how long they'd been buried there, or how they managed to survive, but one thing's certain, this wasn't a graveyard, it was a rescue waiting to happen. Forbidden water. A few moments of diving into a mysterious cenote revealed bones, skulls, and a hidden chamber that seemed sacred. Some believe it was a burial site for powerful figures. Others say it was something more. Whatever the truth is, this cenote holds stories that the lagoon's face was never meant to surface. Mysterious hands. On a regular workday, something unexpected happened when a man was holding a strange ball near a hole. A small hand reached out to grab it. Then another tiny hand appeared, gently tugging at the object. The man let it go, and a curious little face peeked out. It looked like an otter, but one that wasn't scared, just shy and playful. It took the ball and vanished again. It felt like a moment stolen from a fairy tale, where the forest shares a secret with someone just passing through. Mountain discovery. Some places hold onto their secrets for ages. Deep in the mountains, a camera caught something unexpected. It was an ancient-looking door hidden within the rock that was half open. Behind it, the space looked like a cave, but the walls weren't natural. They were solid, thick, and carved in a way that felt out of time. It didn't look new or even recent. Whoever made it did it long ago. The video ends before showing what's inside, but the way the door opens feels like it wasn't meant to be seen again. Hybrid mystery. Wandering alone in the forest, an adventurer stumbled upon a figure that didn't look fully human. It was lying on the ground. Its upper half resembled a woman, but the lower half was a thick snake tail. Around the world, legends talk about beings like this, part human, part serpent. Some are seen as wise guardians, others as silent watchers. But in that moment, the forest felt different, almost like this creature didn't just appear there. It had always been waiting to be seen. Desert find. In the middle of a desert, an explorer stepped into what looked like a forgotten tomb. Half buried under sand was an old brick structure with a deep hole in front of it. As he entered with his friend filming behind him, the inside came into view, and the tomb's inside structure could be seen from this hole by looking up. It wasn't just a random ruin. It matched the lost Sri Nagaswara Swami temple, said to have been buried decades ago when some event pushed sand across its path. And now, after years of burial, it had revealed itself again. Amazon mystery. Somewhere near the Amazon rainforest, a strange video started going viral. Inside a small hole in the ground, a squid-like creature was seen twisting around. Its round eyes stared straight at the camera, while long tentacles moved slowly, brushing against the dirt. It didn't look like something you'd expect to find underground. This looked like it could be a rare species, maybe even a type of land-dwelling octopus. But so far, no one has been able to explain what it really is or how it ended up there. Unexpected digging. During routine digging at a work site, a team of workers got more than they expected. As the excavator scooped out the soil, something underneath started to move. It looked like a large reptile shifting through the dirt. Just a week before, the same area had revealed a massive armadillo, tough to pull out due to its size and weight. But this time, what they found was different. It wasn't clear whether it was just another wild animal or something completely unknown hiding beneath the ground. Ancient encounter. An An explorer, curious about stories of dragons in a forest, set up a camera near a rocky cave. What he captured was beyond anything he imagined. On the footage, a massive creature with a long, spiked body slithered along the edge of the cave. It had a huge horn on its head and moved away from the camera lens. The video didn't last long, but the sight was enough to shake anyone. If it was real, this wasn't just a story anymore. It was something much closer than expected. Mermaid or what? In a village, a group of people came across this truly unexpected entity. Lying by the side of the path was a creature with the upper body of a human and the tail of a fish. Its hair was white and its skin looked pale, almost tired. It wasn't moving much and the group tried helping it slide forward. No one could say where it came from or how it got there. But for those who saw it that day, it felt like the stories of mermaids weren't just stories after all. Mysterious noises. Somewhere near the dried up bed of the Euphrates, a short clip surfaced online showing archaeologists digging deep into the earth and something far more unsettling: eerie, distant sounds. The video claims it captured the noises of the four beings said to be bound beneath the Euphrates, just as Revelation described. Hollow roars, strange metallic echoes, and an unsettling rhythm came out from the ground, like something ancient trying to speak through stone. Could it be the sound of the fallen or just an elaborate hoax? No one knows for sure, but the timing feels too precise. The river dries, a pit is opened, and suddenly the noises of Revelation 9 don't seem like a metaphor anymore. They feel like a countdown. Paranormal shadow. Paranormal investigator who was exploring a haunted house shortly entering started to catch ghosts or spirits on his camera. He noticed the ghost of a child who appeared peeping out from a large sink, only to bend down and disappear as soon as he got closer to investigate. Around the house, he further noticed shadows of seemingly human-like entities, which also were only visible on the camera. The investigator referred to them as paranormal shadows. Fortunately, none of them seemed to be hostile. Rock door.
Look.
While visiting the Giant's Causeway, a man captured something truly strange. As he was filming the rocky landscape, one massive rock shifted right in front of him. It looked like a door carved perfectly with vertical lines, and it slammed shut just as he moved closer. For a split second, a large figure seemed to vanish into it. It felt like a secret passage hidden in plain sight. That door blended so well with the rocks, anyone else could have walked by without even noticing it was there.
Look.
Underground base.
I saw this the other day. It's out literally in the middle of nowhere.
This person was just exploring the forest when they noticed a small hole under a large tree. What they found was surprising. It looked like a narrow tunnel, carefully shaped, going deep underground. The man guessed it might be the entrance to a hidden base. Some believe these kinds of spots are used by beings that don't want to be seen. Whether that's true or not, the way that hole was formed, it didn't look like any ordinary animal made it.
It's strange.
Open discussion. Today's open discussion is about this clip that was shared online by a group of exorcists who entered a dark cave where there were reports of black magic activity. They came across this bizarre entity, which was a small black with long hair. Its face was hard to make out as it was mostly hidden. One of them tried to touch it to know if it was some kind of witch or spirit, but got an overwhelming response. The being didn't speak or react. Till now, no one's figured out what it was or how it gave off that much charge just by being touched. If you guys know anything about it or have seen it before, do share your thoughts in the comments below.